Welcome back to Switch to Linux. This is the weekly news roundup in the privacy edition. These are recorded live Fridays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't mind the fuzzy snake in my tail, in my way there. So if I'm like doing this, because this cat sheds like crazy. No, I'm not allergic to him. He's just, he's just all over it. All right, he's just a shedding a foe. He's a shedding foe. All right, so today in our privacy news, to kick this off, popular chat app Totalk. By the way, like half the people who look at this article halfway through, they realize they're not talking about TikTok. This is Totalk. Yes. So Totalk is basically this compilation of stuff pulled together from all of the different successful companies. TikTok, obviously, it pulls some things from Facebook Messenger, just all of the things from all these spy tools all built together. And apparently it is a spying tool for the UEA. So if you happen to be somebody the UEA might be interested in, definitely uninstall it. So this original article came from the New York Times, which of course have paywalled it, so we're watching it on The Verge instead. So they have revealed that the messaging app Totalk, popular in the UAE, is in fact a government spy tool created for the benefit of UAE intelligence officers used to track citizens' conversations and movements. I do find this very comical that even the United States, in fact down here, U.S. intelligence officials and its own analysis report Totalk. I'm going to do it. Totalk is a way for UAE to spy directly on its people, and citizens who use the app are sharing messages, photos, and pictures, even their location, with the Emirati intelligence. They're basically saying uninstall it. Why are they not telling us to uninstall Facebook and Messenger and WhatsApp and all of these other ones that are also used as government spying tools? But no. This deals with a foreign intelligence organization. Therefore, we should uninstall it. No. Don't uninstall it if it gives us benefit about you. But if it gives someone else benefit, uninstall it. That's the government MO, right? All right, so I don't know if this logo is related to anything else, but if you look at it, it basically looks like an amalgam mashup of TikTok, Facebook Messenger, or a bunch of other things like that. Of course, how many ways can you really do that? Birij Holding, Dark Matter, and UAE government have yet to comment on the Times report, but both Google and Apple have removed Totalk from the Play Store and the App Store. The FBI also refused to comment, but a spokesperson for the Bureau told the Times, while the FBI does not comment on specific apps, we always want to make sure to make users aware of potential risks and vulnerabilities that these mechanisms can pose. All right, FBI spokesperson, if you're really serious about that, then you are going to be telling everybody to uninstall Facebook as well, and serious other apps that invade our privacy. Well, we've previously reported on the San Francisco law that banned facial recognition, and whoops, the law went a little bit too far, so much so that city workers were not allowed to use iPhones. That whole Face ID scanning thing. Because of the way the law was written. So they've actually drafted some things to actually now allow city workers to use the Apple phones. They just have to turn off the facial ID and log in with PIN only. Sounds like somebody's been saying that for a while. Guys, don't use any biometric tracking. The way it is right now, biometric tracking is definitely not a protected thing. So in other words, if they want to get into your phone, they can compel you to unlock a biometric tracker. A PIN number is a little bit shakier. By the letter of the law, they should not be able to, but some courts have ruled yes, some courts have ruled no. You're safer with a PIN only. And I know you're not doing anything worth hiding or keeping a secret. This is, though, is about government tyranny, not about what you're actually doing. That's the case. But anyway, several of the different other cities in California, which have also banned facial recognition, had the foresight to include things in their law to allow them to continue to use cell phones, particularly personal cell phones. But the one in San Francisco went a little bit too far, and even personal iPhones were not allowed to be used by city workers. Whoops. They are fixing that. So now, if you are now a city worker in San Francisco, you can now indeed use your iPhone. You just cannot, I believe you cannot have the facial ID turned on. Of course, it kind of depends on, do you have apps used for work or things like that. I don't know. Whatever you guys think about that. All right, Amazon wants to patent a technology that can identify shoppers by their hands. right hand, it says 666, or it's on their forehead, one of the two. This is kind of what I was talking about before, where you had the ability to go into the store with your app and scan your app in. Well, what happens, man? It's like, oh, what if somebody else has your phone? Well, we got to find a way to make sure it's them. Well, I'll tell you, they're going to put something on either on your forehead or your right hand, and now we're getting down to biblical type things going on there, people. But anyway, the system could someday be used in the Amazon Go or Whole Food stores. The idea is you just go in and you scan your hand. I mean, this is not the shopping cart you're looking for. This is not the shopping cart you're looking for. But anyway, scanning your hand is enough to identify who you are. And then, of course, with your handprint scanned and identified, they automatically link into your bank account. So basically just waving your hand over the thing and automatically, it's just so simple. Buy a candy bar. Oh, bought another candy bar. Oh, bought another candy bar. Oh, bought another candy bar. It's like the dash buttons. Mac and cheese, mac and cheese, mac and cheese, mac and cheese, mac and cheese. I mean, come on. This is crazy. Now, they're saying that, they may or may not be building this, but what we do know is that they have filed a patent to do such a thing. So the fact is, we will get to a point in the future when just simply scanning your hand can charge your credit card. I don't want that simplicity. I want it to be a difficult task to use my card, because the harder it is for me to use my card, the infinitely harder it's going to be for some criminal to use my card. Just a reminder about you get one account hacked. Like a friend of mine got their accounts hacked, and literally in one day, I mean, no issues, one day, Amazon account was hacked. Somebody tried to charge over $1,000 of the products to their Amazon account. Their Fitbit account was hacked. Their Netflix account was hacked. A Kohl's account was hacked. Somebody attempted to charge a $200 item on there, but the card was already too close to the limit and the charge bounced. There was something else on there and numerous other accounts that they didn't really know. I checked their email address and I've been pwned, and 3 data breaches came out with that email address. None of those were services that they wanted to use, and this is because they had a single email address and possibly reused passwords. Don't do that. Don't do that. I told them my parting advice is go get your credit checked. Pull your free credit report. You can annually pull a free credit report from each of the 3 bureaus by going to freecreditreport.com. Definitely do that because it's too easy. It's becoming too easy. And the more conveniences these companies make it, the easier it is for people to do this. This is why when I bought the game I bought today on Steam, which I've never bought a Steam game before, I went down to the Best Buy. It was inconvenient, but I got a gift card. I put the gift card in the account and I bought the game. And hey, now I have a $2 balance in there that if I want to buy a game in the future, hey, I can buy a game in the future. But anyway, do it like that. Do cash. Don't be attaching credit cards and payment options to all these things because somebody could, mimic your hand and scan you and hack you at Amazon. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Exclusive. The Pentagon warns military members DNA kits pose personal operational risks. I think 3 of you sent me this article. I think Vince sent me this one, and I also think Keegan might have sent me this one as well. There might have been a third person sent me this one. So basically, it's once again, everyone will use the DNA except our people. So the Pentagon is warning that. So there's a couple factors. The first issue that they came out and said is that you can identify potential genetic diseases, and that could disqualify services for the military. Number 2 is a DNA kit could potentially demask you. So if you're a spy working in some, other place, somebody grabs a little bit of your DNA, checks it against these companies that are, have about the average security of a 5th grader in their account systems. You can actually figure out who they are, find nearest relatives, and demask who that person actually is very easily. That's another one of the warnings that they had. So just a notice, friends don't let friends use commercial DNA kits. Don't do this. I know it's the trendy thing to do, but it's not really worth doing it. Keep your DNA to yourself. All right, and on to our feature story today. Giant surveillance balloons are lurking at the edge of space. So basically a bunch of surveillance balloons that are right on the edge of the stratosphere with super high resolution cameras have been launched and ejected up. Starting out in, they were launched, I guess, from the Arizona desert. And as these guys get up there, then the people controlling these can snap some basic high-res photos. Look at these. So these are like so high up, you know, radar, whatever else can't detect it, and they're detecting photos with this resolution. It's kind of freaky, you know. Oh boy. You know, here's this one here. Here's, oh, look at that little plane flying by. Can't quite demask who the person is, but boy, can you see a lot. So just keep an eye out. Now, of course, for my friends that'll say, "Oh, see, they can take cameras anywhere, so don't worry about your privacy." No. Understand this: they might be able to snap my photo, but if they can snap my photo and track my location, they can pinpoint me there with photographic evidence. If they can't track my location because my phone's tracked down to the point where I'm not allowing people to see that kind of stuff, they might snap my photo, but they don't know exactly who I am. And while this is super high res, it's not going to be good enough to do facial ID. But if you match this with this, you can be demasked. Interesting stuff. What do you guys think about all of these fun articles? Let me know in the comments down below.